want to teach you how to make your own training programs and workouts so you don't have to pay someone to make one for you every 8 weeks when you can easily do it yourself. The goal of a training program is to work the muscles you want to work, which is all of them, as frequently as you can recover and, more importantly, grow from. To do this, you need to have a general understanding of how to train your muscles. Which exercises target which muscles, how do they move, and what are the best exercises to achieve the best strength and hypertrophy gains? Because the axiomatic goal of a training program is to look and perform how you want. Whether that is to look aesthetically pleasing, be a strong man or a CrossFitter, a training program needs to reflect your primary purpose of training. The way I train is primarily for aesthetics, with strength and fitness as secondary bonuses. If one had a primary goal of endurance or strength, they would change the concretes of how they train. But these basic principles stay very similar. The way I like to think about training is to break it into smaller, more understandable parts. There are 3 main areas of your body to train: upper body push, upper body pull, and your lower body legs. Upper body push includes all the muscles that are responsible for pushing movements, like your shoulders, specifically your anterior deltoids, a little bit of your lateral deltoids as well, your pecs, and your triceps, the back of your arms. Upper body pull involves all the muscles of your back, like your traps, your rhomboids, your rotator cuff muscles, your erector spinae muscles, your latissimus dorsi, there's heaps of muscles there, your forearm flexors, and your biceps, all for pulling. Legs or lower body includes your glutes, so your booty, hamstrings, back of your legs, the quads, the front of your legs, your calves, along with adductors, the inside of your thighs, and abductors, the side of your butt, your hips. There are other specialty groups like abs and forearm extensors that aren't directly covered in the 3 main groups, but let's just focus on those 3 primary groups to start with. And another way to break them up is via compound and isolation exercises. Compound movements move multiple joints, like a bench press, which moves the shoulder and elbow joint, right? Versus an isolation exercise like a curl, a bicep curl, which is just moving your elbow joint, only for elbow flexion. Both are staples, compounds and isolation exercises, to any reasonable training program, although most programs should be focused on compound movements, whether you want to be a strongman, endurance athlete, or a bodybuilder, as they allow you to burn the most fat, build the most muscle, and gain the most strength. Isolation exercises are also a must, as they teach you how to perform compound movements better, focus directly on smaller muscles, and improve strength. If you had to pick between all compounds or all isolations, you should choose compounds. But in reality, you'll be doing both. Another factor to consider when building your workouts and programs are the types of exercises. There are 5 main types of weightlifting exercises. You have dumbbells, barbells, machines, cables, and body weight. They're the main types. Of course, there's some other ones like kettlebells and flipping tires, but these 5 main ones have a time and a purpose. Ideally, you would utilize all of these methods in your program. Your workouts are the individual training sessions, and your program is your long-term strategy that dictates how your workouts look, which is all in direct response to your purpose, your goal, your priority. There are almost an infinite amount of ways to create workouts and programs, but I find it prudent to see what works best for you. And that means, in this instance, best for you, what you enjoy enough to continue doing and which produces the optimal results you're training for, whether that be aesthetics or strength or whatever. There are general principles, but people are unique and respond differently to different exercise stimuli. So experimentation is required, and that's okay. You could, for example, do 1 month of machines, 1 month of dumbbells, so on and so forth, rotating through the 5 primary types of weightlifting. I don't recommend this, but it is possible and may work well psychologically and physically for some people. I prefer a strategy of utilizing all 5 weightlifting types into my programs all the time. For example, I may do a dumbbell row, a barbell bench press, a tricep cable push down, pull-ups, and seated leg extension all in one session. Another factor to consider is muscle lengths and positions. All muscles have a shortened or contracted position, a middle, and a lengthened extended position. Some exercises focus the muscular tension in different positions. The pec fly machine focuses more on the pectoral shortened position, but can also target the extended position depending on the form you use. Whereas the bench press itself will be more of a mid-range exercise. That's why it's a good idea to study muscle positions and anatomy to learn how they all function so you can better target them and apply tension throughout the entire length. It's not critical, but if you'd like to optimize your programs for the best performance, it could be worth your time. There is also the consideration of weight, the load you're lifting. It can be useful to cycle your lifting load or to lift in multiple rep ranges to spark different hypertrophy pathways. My current and favorite strategy is to lift heavier on my first set, 6 to 12 reps typically, followed by a drop set with at least half the weight for as many reps as I can. This will be hitting the mechanical tension, heavy load pathway of hypertrophy, and metabolic stress, which is a greater metabolite buildup due to repetitive actions pathway. And I do this for most exercises, but not all. Again, there are many ways to utilize weight and reps. For aesthetics, it's best to focus between 6 to 15 reps, but it can get more complex than that. So for now, let's just keep it simple and use that as a good benchmark. Once you understand compound and isolation movements, know which exercises target which muscles, which exercises focus on the different ranges of the muscle, which type of exercises you like and can perform well, and about different weights, it's then up to you to decide how you train and build your programs. A common program is the 3-way split. Upper body push day, say on a Monday, upper body pull on a Wednesday, and lower body on a Friday. And I've enjoyed this in the past, but my favorite strategy currently is the full body workout. And I think the best way to show you how to build your own workouts and program is by showing you how I make mine and the strategy behind what I do. You can use it as a benchmark to then create your own systems. And if you need help in the beginning, that's fine. You can always ask.